So, welcome to episode 4 of our Stay Safe, Stay Home series. Could we have to call it Stay Alert soon? I'm Nicol, the Managing Director of Nicol Co Estate Agents. We're on to our next episode, and in this series, we're interviewing another local member of our community about what disruption has been caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. In each episode, we're going to give the people a voice to discuss their challenges, share their experiences, and explain how they're dealing with the crisis. In today's episode, we're interviewing Craig Browne from Droitwich Rugby Club. Thanks for joining us, Craig.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Craig. So, tell us about yourself. I recognise you because I'm often up for the club, but tell other people out there who you are, what you do, and your involvement with the club.
Okay, so I'm a senior player at Droitwich Rugby Club. I'm also vice chairman and look after the sort of bar and hospitality side here at the rugby club. So yeah, up here most weekends, most weekdays, and trying to make some money for the club.
Yeah. How long have you been playing for the club?
Since under 12s, so quite a few years. So a long
ranks then.
Yeah, recommend starting younger than that. So come at under 6s, start from there. It makes it much easier.
Yeah, good shout. So what's it take to be a vice chairman then? You obviously go out your way quite a bit for the club and spend a bit more time up there rather than just the time behind the bar, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a case of, trying to put the club forward in the best possible way, trying to promote ourselves in the community, trying to make sure we're doing the best we possibly can to help our surrounding areas as well as just the club. We're more than just a rugby club, we're a family as well. So we're supporting everyone around us and trying our very best and encouraging our members to get involved wherever possible. So as Dave as chairman and me as vice chairman, all we try and do is get Droitwich on the map.
Yeah, brilliant. And in terms of your time at the club, I won't guess how old you are, but what kind of changes have you seen at the club during your time? Have you been always at that club? Were you at the old club before, or? I
wasn't at the old club. No, I've always been here. So amazingly, I am only 27. So it is just a case of I've been here since under 12s. The club's changed a lot in terms of the people, not only people in the committee, but the surroundings and the work that's been done inside the clubs as well. So it's just a progression really. And as the Middies Junior section is growing, I mean over 400 Middies Juniors members now. Obviously, the club's going to have to change with that and look at new developments and look at new opportunities.
So we'll talk about COVID-19, the pandemic. Of course, one of the things that I found as a parent and as a coach for Droitwich Rugby Club was that it stopped us being able to come up there to play our sports on a Sunday. And what kind of impact has that had on the club? Because I guess that's a lot of revenue lost as well.
Yeah, I mean, not only revenue, I mean, it's ruining people's sort of special days to an extent. We had maybe 8 weddings booked in over the summer period, which have all been affected. Obviously, we've got Rugby League that also play up here over the summer, which has been delayed at the moment, and I'm not really sure if it'll start or kick off. So there's a lot of knock-on effects. As a club ourselves, we have operating costs of over £100,000 a year. And just with the flooding and everything we've had beforehand, a lot of cancellations due to that. To then have the knock-on effect of COVID-19 as well, there's been a real struggle for the club.
I can well imagine. And one of the things I noticed is that you've got a fundraising page, a GoFundMe page that you set up. I guess you and David set up, or the coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. We sort of set that up just to give people a bit of an overview of, where the club's at currently. I mean, any business or any company or any community hub in this time and this climate is going to need help. So we just want to make sure that people are aware of exactly what Droitwich still needs. We still have grounds that need to be maintained. We still have a mower that needs to go around and cut the grass. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get back in September. So there's a lot of things that still we can't just stop and still need to be paid for us to carry on. So anyone in the community that feels they can help out, we're really grateful to.
Yeah, fab. Later on, I'll make sure I talk about the GoFundMe page, and we'll also put a link in below this so that people can jump on there. And you're looking to raise, how much are you looking to raise, Craig?
We're looking to raise £10,000. We're currently, I think, live. Let's have a little look actually. We've raised £3,365 at the moment. So we're a good part of the way there. Obviously, a long way to go, but we're confident that we can get it done.
Yeah, fab. I mean, as you say, 400 children there. I'm one of the proud parents that gets to see my son run out on the pitch, and then I come into the bar afterwards. So you guys do a lot for us. So it was something that we in our under 9s wanted to support. I'm sure there'll be many others that once they've seen this, they'll be able to jump on there. And that's not the only good thing that you do up there. You've also, at the moment, with the situation going on, you've been organising some food packages. Could you tell me more about what you've been doing?
Yeah, so it's actually with one of the local councils, having a discussion with one of the local councillors, Richard Morris, from Wychavon. So we sort of had a discussion with him about what we're looking at doing at the very start of this pandemic, in regards to helping the community and getting some food distribution. And then we heard that Droitwich CVS, which is a community group down in Droitwich Town Centre at the old library, they were also looking to do a similar thing. So we come into partnership with CVS. They do all the collection, sort of look at the sort of criteria for people. We are directly supporting people who have been hit by COVID-19, as opposed to the food bank or anyone who can help people who require those services. So if it's a knock-on effect direct from COVID-19, we've partnered together to provide 5 meals for 5 days every week for people going forward. We've donated food, so Public Health England have been a huge funder of it, as well as Wychavon and Droitwich Borough Council. But Waitrose have given vast amounts of free food to us every single week. Bobby's, the Worcester Warriors Community Foundation, and also the Community Pantry in Droitwich have been really supportive. So it's great to see that all these community organisations coming together to really help a common cause. And
so I've seen the pictures. So you've got a bit of a logistical process going on. Is it over the weekends you're working there? I normally see people covered up in PPE on Sundays working up there.
Yeah, so it totally varies. So we normally pack on a Friday or a Saturday, and then we deliver on Sundays, Sunday afternoons. So so far in this sort of campaign, we've done over sort of 4,000 meals for people since the start of it, in terms of the number of people and individual meals we've sourced for people. Ian Thomas from the club, bless him, has done recipe cards for everyone to give them a bit of an idea what to do with the food as well. So everyone's really put it together, and it's just great to see. So 5 meals, 5 days for people who've been directly affected by coronavirus, and we encourage people to call CVS if they need to get the help, and they think they can fit the criteria. Their number's 01905 779 115. If you want to get in contact with them, then I'm sure they'll add you onto the list.
Fantastic. So if people get in touch with Droitwich CVS, they can then discuss their need, and then Droitwich CVS, alongside you guys, when everything you've organised, will get the food to them if they can be helped. That's fantastic. It really is good. I don't know about Ian Thomas's recipes there. I'm not sure. Have you tried any? Is there any good ones in there?
Oh, I did a cracking biryani last week, so the biryani recipe was great, and a few pasta bakes as well. We'll see how we go.
I'll have to find that one out. And then I forgot to kind of let you know I was going to ask you about this, but then you were doing full English breakfast on Sunday as well, I saw. Is that's something else that you've got going at the moment at the club? Is that, again, just to bring in some more income, I suppose, to help?
Absolutely. I mean, we decided, we can safely operate, and the most important thing for us is making sure that staff and volunteers are safe, and we can safely operate a takeaway and delivery service out the club. So every Sunday now, Droitwich is open on Sundays for breakfasts. So we had a really popular first week, and we're hoping to go from there and grow further. So yeah, full English breakfast, and Monna's belly buster if you fancy it, and pre-orders always taken. There he is in the window.
Yeah, no, Charlie. Yeah, always got his new trainers. He's coming to show me some trainers. Yeah, every day's a school day at our place at the moment. It's working from home and working with kids from home is good fun. It's a good challenge. They're normally out on the trampoline bouncing around making a load of noise, but it has to happen. Just let the cameras roll. So in terms of the club, obviously you're doing great things. The pitches, I guess they're in good nick at the moment. They're probably growing back faster than ever without anyone kind of trampling on them.
Yeah. Obviously, the problem is we sort of had is we went from a very, very wet period to a very dry period very, very quickly at the club. So it caused a few issues at the start. But we've had some great support from Top Cuts in Droitwich. And luckily, the GoFundMe page has really helped us support that and get the pitches back on track. And if you ask anyone now, they're 200 times better than what they were at the end of the season. So they're much, much better. So we're in a good place. As long as we keep the maintenance going and the mowing going, and we can afford to do that, then we should be in a good place come September.
Oh, fantastic. So what are you looking forward to most, Craig, once this is all over? What are you looking forward to? What you're missing the most at the moment?
Well, what I'm looking forward to most is the big party we're going to have at the club when we finally reopen. Hopefully, it's before we decorate. But no, it'd be great to see the Droitwich community coming back up here, and seeing the club busy again. It's been painful for all of us just to not be able to play on a Saturday. A lot of us, especially the twos in particular, we've had probably half the fixtures we normally have in a season. So it'll be great to sort of get back out there without no weather effects next season, just have a full season back and raring to go, and that's what we're all looking for.
Oh, fantastic. Craig, thank you ever so much for your time. I know you're a busy guy, and everything that you have been up to is really, it's pleasing to see what people in our community are doing, and that's why I wanted to make sure that you're one of the people we interviewed on this, because I know there's a lot of people that you have to thank for all the help, but it takes someone to pull it all together, and you seem to always put your hand up for those jobs. So thank you, and I hope you keep safe. So I'm sure you'll all agree, sport plays a huge part in our community, and it'd be great if we could support the club in obviously there in any way possible, really. So if you can and you'd like to donate, please go to the GoFundMe page. As I said, we'll put a link on at the bottom of this video, but you can just go onto the GoFundMe page and search Droitwich RFC, and it will bring up the campaign there, and you can see where it's up to so far, about a third of the way there to the target they're hoping to achieve. We'll be back in the next few days interviewing another community member on how they are coping and adapting. Stay home, stay safe, stay alert, and thanks for listening.